Chapter 51. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Lin Feng opened the door as if nothing had happened. The girl at the door was embarrassed, not caring at all that her white shirt had been stuck to her body, which was very unsightly. Who are you? I'm the resident next door to you. What's wrong? The water pipe in the bathroom burst. Can you help me fix it? Miss, you should go to the property management. I can't fix it. I don't want to go to them. Lin Feng was full of doubts when he saw her shy expression. Don't want to go to the property management. Could it be that the property management here is cannibalistic? This girl has a very bad relationship with the property management. She has complained more than 20 times in 1 month. Lin Feng was shocked. She was so young, but she was so picky and difficult to deal with. You said that complaining once or twice is the property management's problem, but more than 20 times, this is too scary. Is it right or wrong to buy a house here? Sir, I'm sorry, I really can't do anything, just help me. There are 5 minutes left, the water pipe will burst, your home will suffer, the other party has no money to compensate for the loss. That I deserve it, I have to live in a rich area. Lin Feng wanted to cry, but there was no other way at the moment. He couldn't just watch his house being flooded. Okay, I'll go and take a look. That's great, thank you so much. Lin Feng just wanted to fix it as soon as possible, and then it would be safer to go home. The curiosity brought to him by the other party's beauty had disappeared. When he came to the bathroom, the floor was full of water. I'm really sorry, a lot of water leaked just now, and I haven't had time to clean it up. She was quite embarrassed. This water pipe joint is cracked. Just apply special glue to solve the problem. Is there any glue to fix the water pipe here? Yes, I'll get it for you. Soon he brought a tube of glue. Although Lin Feng is also a novice in life, he can still do these simple tasks. Soon the PVC glue fixed the pipe joint. Okay, no problem. How did you break the water pipe? I had a snake before, and then it disappeared, so I looked for it at home. Later, I found it in the water pipe behind the toilet, so I hit it with a hammer. In the end, I didn't hit it, but I broke the water pipe. I fixed it for several hours, and I felt that it couldn't be sealed. There was really no way. Lin Feng was petrified. This woman keeps a snake. How could a woman like such a terrifying thing? And he looked calm, as if it was a very ordinary thing. Then the question is, the snake ran away. Where did it go? Lin Feng's strength is comparable to Superman, but he is still very resistant to things like snakes. Don't be afraid, pet snakes, there's nothing wrong. What about the snake? I don't know, it disappeared in the blink of an eye. Lin Feng felt a chill on his neck. He thought it was not a good place to stay for long, so he ran away. Then I'll leave first. My name is Lin Shui, nice to meet you. My name is Lin Feng, I'll leave first. Wow, we are from the same family. Fate, why don't you stay for dinner? This girl has never cooked before. The food she cooks is comparable to dark cuisine, which will make you extremely uncomfortable after eating, and the probability of food poisoning is 100%. Damn, how could I meet such a funny guy? Can't I go out and treat myself to a meal if I want to eat, or order takeout? The capital chain is broken. There is a conflict with the family. There is only 100 yuan on her. She is too short to go out for dinner, and she is thinking about how to ask you to borrow money. Damn. Do I look so much like a rich man? He knew that the water pipes could not be repaired, and he always felt that there was a conspiracy, and it turned out to be true. Forget it, I won't eat anymore. I have to go back. Goodbye. Lin Shui's eyes flashed with anxiety, but at this moment, she frowned and a trace of panic flashed in her eyes. Well, I'm going to the bathroom. A girl who suddenly got her period, she is about to meet the missing snake in the toilet, and the probability of being bitten on the buttocks is 100%. What kind of fairy girl is this? Whoever wants to fall in love with her will lose 10 years of life. I'm always worried. Ms. Lin, be careful with the toilet, don't hide that snake in it. Ah. Impossible, I can see that snake. Ah. There is really a snake. With a scream, the toilet door was kicked open, and Lin Shui rushed out in an extraordinary manner. Behind her, a small snake jumped out of the toilet. Lin Shui didn't even pull up her pants. She quickly pulled them and found that Lin Feng was not looking at her, so she was relieved. Lin Feng walked over, caught the snake, threw it into the toilet and pressed the flush button. Ms. Lin, don't be playing with these things. Oh. I know. What's wrong with you? Lin Feng found that the other party was not right. The sanitary napkins are gone, can you help me buy them? Okay, wait a minute. People's fortunes are not always smooth, and now they have encountered obstacles. Whoever marries this woman will be unlucky. There are many supermarkets at the entrance of the community. Lin Feng will go and come back quickly, and he will be back in 10 minutes. He pressed the doorbell of Lin Shui's house, and the door opened quickly. Here you go. I don't know what brand and size you use. I will go back first. Lin Feng handed the things to her and prepared to leave, but suddenly, a loud shout came, and a gentleman wearing glasses rushed over viciously. Shui, how could you do this to me? No wonder you didn't answer my call. It turns out that you cheated on me, and I was still heartbroken. How could you betray me? Lin Shui was speechless, and the anger in her eyes finally burst out. No, Zhang Song, you are sick. What do you mean by cheating on you? Do I have anything to do with you? Are we still ordinary friends? Brother, from the beginning I told you not to bother me, and told you clearly that we can't be together, but you are a dog nose. I have moved to Sucheng, and you are still chasing me. I didn't hook you and won't let you go. I don't care, who is this guy? I just met him today. I went to buy sanitary napkins for you just after I met you. Boy, I warn you, stay away from my girlfriend. The little four-eyed boy looks quite gentle, but because of love, his face is distorted. If eyes can kill, Lin Feng would have died hundreds of times, but he was a little confused about this situation. This persistent boy has been pursuing the girl for 2 years, but the girl has clearly rejected him, but the other party didn't listen. He already thinks he is the girl's boyfriend and thinks you are the one who cheated on him. You have to take the blame for being cheated out of nothing. Lin Feng was also angry. He didn't even touch her. Why should he take the blame? Ms. Lin, let your friend calm down. You explain to him. I'm leaving first. Stop. If you don't make it clear, you are not allowed to leave today. Lin Feng was angry and was ready to teach him a lesson, but when he turned around, his eyelids jumped violently. This infatuated man is about to be thrown over the shoulder. Chapter 52. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Is this guy a pervert? The kind that gets more excited the more he fights. It turns out that he is a big shot in that circle. I can't afford to offend him, so I'd better leave first. Lin Feng panicked and was ready to run away. Suddenly, a figure flashed and appeared between Lin Feng and Zhang Song. Lin Shui roared, Zhang Song, you are crazy, what are you talking about? When did I become your childhood sweetheart? Shui, I know what you mean. Women always say one thing and mean another. Get lost. As the saying goes, you can't afford to offend a tigress. I have seen it today, it's terrible. Lin Shui was furious. She had never seen such a shameless person. In anger, she came to Zhang Song with a brisk step and grabbed his arm with one hand. Lin Feng's eyes popped out. Lin Shui, who weighed more than 90 kilograms, actually threw Zhang Song, who weighed about 140 kilograms, over her shoulder. She rushed forward, grabbed Zhang Song and hit him with an uppercut, and then started a combo attack. Too brutal, too fierce, it hurts to watch. But Zhang Song is awesome because he didn't say a word. Not only didn't say a word, but he was still laughing. I've never seen such a thing before. Let you harass me, let you pester me. I'll beat you to death. A love-struck man who is surrounded by happiness, although he was beaten by his beloved woman, he was in pain and happy, thinking that this is the output of love. Lin Feng's mouth twitched, and he was completely speechless. This man is being beaten, and there are still 5 minutes before he is beaten to death. Damn, this is too brutal. Ms. Lin, don't hit him, he's going to die. Lin Feng pulled Lin Shui away. He didn't want to be involved in such a criminal case, it would be very troublesome. Miss Lin, you don't need to see me off. Then see you another day. By the way, just call me Shui. What the hell, he didn't want to have too much to do with this crazy woman. See you another day. Lin Feng said perfunctorily and went back to the next door in his own home. As soon as he entered the house, Lin Feng turned on his perspective ability and penetrated Lin Shui's room. At this time, she was pointing at Zhang Song on the sofa and talking nonsense, and then started to make a phone call. In order to cause unnecessary trouble, Lin Feng deliberately returned home and started to check Lin Shui's identity. This woman is definitely not a girl from an ordinary family, a girl who is calling the father of a dog-licking pursuer to complain. She is now full of resentment and has no way to vent. That it seems that the relationship between the two is indeed not simple. Lin Feng has no habit of peeping into privacy, but as a neighbor, Lin Shui's identity must be clear. You can't live next door to a time bomb. Name, Lin Shui, age, 23 years old, identity, graduate of Magic City University, daughter of Magic City gangster Lin Xiong. Lin Feng was shocked and guessed that it was not simple. It turned out to be the daughter of a gangster boss. This woman turned out to be the daughter of a gangster. This gangster daughter studied forensic medicine in college and is very good at human anatomy. She is also the runner-up of the Magic City Women's Sonda, and her physical fitness is very strong. This gangster daughter's mother and father were angry and ran away from home. She rented her current residence with her own money. Although she seems to be alone, someone is secretly protecting her. Lin Feng was alert. It seems that he still has to be careful and try to avoid contact as little as possible. Although Lin Shui looks quite simple, has a hot temper and is carefree, her father is definitely not easy to mess with. At this time, the two people in the next room seemed to have calmed down. Zhang Song was wiping the wound on his face with a tissue, but his expression was a little gloomy. A sad and infatuated man. This is the 125th time he has been rejected by his goddess, and the 50th time he has been beaten. He feels tired. The infatuated man who will be picked up by his father in 5 minutes actually knows in his heart that his chances are slim. Lin Feng was getting more and more curious about what kind of person this Zhang Song was. He was obviously not an ordinary person. It seemed that he had known Lin Shui for a long time, and she could call his father over with just one phone call. It seemed that the relationship between the two families was not ordinary. Suddenly, Lin Feng heard a slight voice coming from outside the door. He quickly retracted his gaze, leaned over to the peephole, and began to observe. Chapter 53. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Lin Feng's cats. I just happened to see the location of the elevator. After the door opened, an old man in his early 50s came out with a follower. This old man actually looked 70% similar to Zhang Song, and it seemed that he was his father. His face was not very good, with anger, but more of embarrassment. This middle-aged and elderly man is a senior antique practitioner. He graduated from Suzhou University with a doctorate in archaeology. He used to be a professor of archaeology in the university, but later resigned for personal reasons. Sure enough, he is not a simple person. Antiques, this is a special industry. Many movies and TV series in recent years have revolved around this theme and have achieved great success, but in real life, there are not so many masters. Going around the antique market, there are definitely more people who are ripped off and cheated. Many people who claim to be masters, experts, and masters are mostly those who seek fame and reputation. They think they are invincible just because they know a little bit. Yeah, how could I forget about this? That I was also an online literature enthusiast back then. There were several popular books with protagonists with mutated eyes who reached the pinnacle of life by identifying antiques. There are definitely many risks in reality, but the feasibility is still very high. As the saying goes, antiques in prosperous times, gold in troubled times. This is not nonsense. In peacetime, rich people like to collect some rare things to show off their status. Whenever there is a war, these are just scraps of copper and iron. At that time, if you have gold in your hands, you can go anywhere you want. Lin Feng's mind became active. The current stock market is sluggish and the economy has been declining. He has a lot of skills, but he can't find a way to make money. For the time being, the antique business can be regarded as a primitive accumulation project. Don't embarrass yourself, kid. How many times have I told you not to bother Xiaoxue? Don't bother Xiaoxue. Why don't you listen? Dad, but I just like her. You are useless. Relationships are based on mutual affection. It's not something you can achieve just by knowing each other since childhood. Come back with me and learn antique appraisal. Don't embarrass yourself here. The conversation between the father and son came from outside the door. Zhang Song followed his father into the elevator like a deflated ball. A senior antique owner who hoped his son could inherit his legacy was disappointed that his son's wisdom and courage were not up to par, and he had no ambition. He was obsessed with love all day long. Lin Feng looked at Zhang Song's back again, and a piece of information appeared in front of him, a young man who is persistent in pursuing love, but this is just his obsession. He has already given up on the goddess in his heart, but he is unwilling to give up. He is blinded by impetuousness. He seems decadent, but he actually hopes to stand out and let everyone look at him with new eyes. Tip, the young man who needs the guidance of an expert will spend an ordinary life without external intervention, living off his family. He looks a bit funny, but he actually has a dual personality. Only when facing the white moonlight in his heart will he become a humble licking dog. His father has a lot of connections in society and is extremely extraordinary. Lin Feng suddenly realized that it was no wonder that this old man could be a buddy with the big brother of the society in the Magic City. It seems that he is not a simple lamp, antique business. If you think about it, you can associate it with the dark side of tomb robbing, smuggling, etc. It must not be particularly clean. It is the kind of person who walks on a tightrope in the gray area, and problems will arise if you don't grasp the degree properly. It is too abrupt to rashly enter the antique business by yourself, and it is easy to get into trouble. Hint, this intelligence is of high quality and worth operating. Seduce and brainwash the target youth, make him admire and respect you in his heart, and you will get huge benefits. This hint is quite obscure. Isn't it just to let yourself commit fraud? Lin Feng gently opened the door and entered the elevator, fearing to alarm the gangster lady next to him. When he came to the door, he saw an alpha leaving the community. This alpha's destination is Suzhou Antique Market. Lin Feng quickly stopped a taxi at the entrance of the community and followed it. The antique market is located in the southern part of Suzhou, which is also the most chaotic place in the city. It has improved a lot in recent years. If it were more than 10 years ago, it would be easy to encounter danger in the South City at night. Young man, you look young, do you like antiques? I'll come over and take a look. Uncle reminds you, if you want to get rich overnight, don't go in. This thing is even less reliable than lottery. Thanks, I'll take a look. The taxi driver was a kind-hearted uncle. He wanted to persuade Lin Feng, but seeing that he was determined to do it, he could only sigh and drive away. Lin Feng knew that he was kind-hearted, but how could he be deceived? Oh, sir, this is your first time here, you are unfamiliar with me. Lin Feng was startled by the sudden voice. At some point, a young man with a pointed chin and monkey cheeks stood beside him, looking at him with ill intentions, as if he was observing a thick leak, a profiteer who mingles in the market, responsible for attracting people to shop in the store. There is not a single genuine product in his store, all of which are fake. Brother, don't look for me if you sell fakes. Believe it or not, I will report you to the Market Administration Bureau. The young man was stunned, and Lin Feng was gone. He wiped his eyes and confirmed again that the person was gone. He couldn't help cursing. Damn, I've seen it. Shit, business is getting harder and harder now. Lin Feng didn't want to get entangled. His purpose of coming here was to find Zhang Song as soon as possible and then make money. I knew that the antique market was chaotic, but I didn't expect it to be so chaotic. After a glance, Lin Feng was also confused. Are there really genuine goods in this place? A local thug who has been setting up stalls in the market for many years and is a part-time thief. All the things on his stalls are fakes. A small gangster in the market, whose main business is to use fake antiques to scam people. A young liar. Once he falls into the trap, the loss starts from 4 figures. A group of idle gangsters. This territory is theirs, and they make a living by collecting protection fees. A grand antique shop, the facade is very good, which makes people feel comfortable at first glance. But there are only 5% genuine items, 10% are not worth the price, and the remaining 85% are all modern crafts. At this time, a dispute broke out in an antique shop not far away. A middle-aged customer seemed to find that what he bought was a fake and started arguing with the clerk. In the end, in order to prevent the situation from escalating, the shop owner chose to return the money to settle the matter. However, as soon as the middle-aged customer walked out of the shop, he was held by two gangsters on the left and right, and then forcibly taken to an alley not far away. The antique shop owner who failed to cheat people was angry and secretly gave the gangster money to help him retaliate against the customer. The customer was about to be beaten. This is Sucheng, a developed area in the Yangtze River Delta, the strongest prefecture-level city in the country, and there is such a dark place. Just a casual look, the three views collapsed, and one was speechless. For this damn place, ordinary people must shed 3 layers of skin before they can leave. Chapter 54. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Today I am not here to clean up the market. There must be a reason for its existence. He has more important things to do. This place is neither big nor small. There are many forks inside, and the management is chaotic. Most people will definitely get lost if they come in. Finally, entering the depths of the market, an open area appeared in front. There are almost no customers here. There is a small parking lot. The worst cars parked in it have to be 100W upwards. Not far away, there is a cement road connected to the road outside. Cars drive in from there. In front of me is a clean street with antique shops on both sides. These shops are decorated with characteristics and taste, with huge plaques, very impressive. An antique street hidden in the antique market. The merchants here take the high-end route, all have a certain level, and the level of customers who come here is all middle class. The counterfeit rate of this street is 50%, but the price is still inflated, and the probability of being cheated is 70%. Any industry is divided into low-end and high-end routes. The market outside is like a slum, but this is a rich area. Lin Feng entered the main street and was surprised to find that no one was soliciting customers here, and every store was very deserted. Looking through the transparent glass, the clerks on the first floor were either dozing off or playing with their phones. The antique shops here are of a certain level, and ordinary customers dare not enter. Those who can enter the shops here have a guaranteed fund of 1 million yuan. The deserted business is just a superficial phenomenon. These antique shops have their own stable customer base. The second floor is where business is discussed. Their gross profit reaches 300%-500%. Lin Feng was secretly shocked. It was too damn dark. If it was as crowded as outside, wouldn't it be rich enough to rival a country in a minute? I thought I was already very rich and lived in a large flat. Now there is a comparison, and he immediately recognizes the reality. In the eyes of the rich, I am still a poor man. This is just a corner of the antique market in Suzhou. How rich are those top capitalists? Maybe he can really be rich enough to rival a country. Not far away, a young man walked out of an antique shop called Songtao Pavilion. Lin Feng's eyes lit up. It was Zhang Song. The boy was dejected and looked decadent. After leaving the house, he went straight to the back door, looking ready to leave the market. The young owner of the antique shop who was scolded was very dissatisfied. He couldn't catch the goddess, and his father scolded him. His self-esteem was severely hit. He was eager to prove his ability but couldn't find the direction. The target person is extremely fragile, and the brainwashing success rate is as high as 100%. Isn't the opportunity here? Lin Feng quietly followed Zhang Song, keeping a safe distance. After leaving the market, he walked about 1 kilometer and found an open-air seat in a coffee shop and sat down. The young owner of the antique shop is extremely depressed. He is eager to succeed. If you help him now, he will 100% become your little fanboy and 100% obey you. Use Lin Shui as a starting point to stimulate him mentally and stimulate his desire to win. He will 100% obey you. Lin Feng walked towards the open-air seat and soon came to Zhang Song. Oh, why is it you? What a coincidence. You. It's you. Sit down, I'll buy you a cup of coffee. What happened just now was a misunderstanding. You can't see it. Sure enough, Zhang Song's emotions stabilized after hearing this, but his eyes were very alert. I know what happened, but I don't know you either. Don't act like you know me very well. The young man who already knows the truth of the matter, but has no solid intention to the young man in front of him. Tip: turn on the brainwashing mode and start with the topic of success. Don't be so excited, buddy. I just want to ask you, do you want to succeed? Sure enough, this made Zhang Song raise his head and stare at Lin Feng for a long time, but soon he showed a cold smile and said, success. What qualifications do you have to make me successful? At the age of 23, I bought a lake view flat in Jinhuyuan, worth 20 million yuan. Is that enough? Did you buy the house? Do you want to see the property certificate? Or you can check it. The transaction was completed in less than a week. Sure enough, Zhang Song's dull eyes suddenly became bright. Lin Feng struck while the iron was hot and said, I probably know what's going on with you. In fact, your feelings for Lin Shui have faded. The main reason is that you want to prove yourself and make her regret not choosing you. Zhang Song was shocked when his secret was revealed, but suddenly, the boy's eyes became excited, and he said in a trembling voice, What's your name, sir? Lin Feng. Mr. Lin, how do you know what I'm thinking? I am 8. I studied psychology at the age of 20. Hey, it's not important. The main thing is that I understand you. Mr. Lin, do you really have a way to help me? Yes, I have given up on Schwer a long time ago, but I don't want to be looked down upon. And my dad has always said that I am a waste. It's normal. What? Don't get excited. You have no achievements at all. Who will recognize you? Lin Feng's words once again made Zhang Song's eyes light up. He never expected that the man who had a conflict with him not long ago would understand him so well. The frustrated teenager who is relaxing his vigilance is developing a positive impression of you. He has always imagined that he can become a crooked-mouthed dragon king in the skit, making all those who look down on him regret it. Then Mr. Lin, do you have any way? People have a breath to live, and they have to strive for themselves. Have you seen the skit? Do you want to be the male protagonist like them? I want to, I dream about it. Seeing the other party's excited eyes, Lin Feng almost couldn't hold back his laughter. Being able to see through the other party's mind, it is indeed very easy to brainwash, and this damned desire to survive has successfully dominated him. Then if you believe in me, I can help you. Your father looks down on you and says that you are not good at antiques, so you can teach him a lesson. Mr. Lin, do you know any experts and masters in antiques? No. Zhang Song was disappointed when he heard this. Hey, the antique business is not like other industries. You need accumulation and knowledge to support it, otherwise it is useless. I was always chasing after Schwer before, so I didn't have the heart to learn. It's too late to start learning now. I can help you. Ah. You. I forgot to tell you that I started to get in touch with antiques at the age of 9. I may not be as good as those masters, but I am more than enough to help you. Zhang Song was completely dumbfounded. He studied psychology at the age of 8 and got in touch with antiques at the age of 9. Is this guy a genius? Although he was excited, he was not stupid. At this moment, he was a little skeptical about the truth of what Lin Feng said. Just show him your true strength and he will believe what you say wholeheartedly. Lin Feng glanced at Zhang Song and smiled in his heart. This kid's family is indeed engaged in antiques. He has a lot of valuable goods on him. It's time to show his true strength. Chapter 55. You are listening at novelfull.audio. This is the best opportunity and chance to enter the antique market. Zhang Song's hostility towards him has been eliminated, but it is only half successful. The next step is the key. This kid is not as brainless as he looks. As long as it does not involve Lin Shui, he is very rational and his IQ has improved significantly, and the intelligence mentioned that as long as this grandson does not involve his white moonlight, he can return to his true self. At present, except for being a little silly, he is still very opinionated and has his own ideas. As long as the real character does not involve morality, it is a small problem. Nothing in the world can escape his scan. Name. Jade guanyin pendant, material, ancient Hetian jade, age, early Ming dynasty, preservation, good, description, a jade Buddha head from the Ming dynasty Zhu Yuanzhang era, with excellent texture and well preserved, value, 1 million. Name, 18 bead bracelet, material, amber, age, Qing dynasty, preservation, excellent, description, ornaments from the Qing dynasty, usually worn daily by dignitaries and royal family members, value, 1.2 million. Name, South red agate bracelet, material, agate. Age, Ming, preservation, good, description, ornaments from the Ming dynasty, made of agate, value, 8 million. This kid, the 2 items he casually wears are of extraordinary value, and they are all genuine. It seems that although I say he is a waste, I still love my son very much in secret. It does take some effort to prove my strength. I originally planned to show my skills in the antique market, but now I don't have to go through so much trouble. Mr. Lin, don't joke, is this true? Can you identify antiques? This kid's family is very powerful. His father is definitely a hidden rich man. Maybe you see his name on the rich list, but his family property is probably an astonishing figure. He couldn't help but sigh in his heart. If he wanted to find a woman with these conditions, he would have to line up from Suqing to Yanjing. Why is he so persistent? Ahem, of course I'm not kidding. I see that you have a few rare items on you, which are worth a lot of money. Your father still likes you very much. Oh my God, can you really see the clues? That he showed a shocked expression. In fact, he was a little unconvinced in his heart. The guanyin on your neck is made of ancient jade from the Ming dynasty. The specific raw material should be Hetian jade, and the value is about 1 million. The bracelet on your right hand should be an 18-bead bracelet from the Qing dynasty. It is crystal clear and should be made from a lake. It is also well preserved. If you sell it, I estimate it can be sold for about 1.2 million. As for the jewelry on your left hand, it is a Ming dynasty Nanhong agate bracelet, worth 800,000. Do you think I am right? Zhang Song felt his head buzzing, which was more exciting than Lin Shui beating him up. It was incredible and shocking. He could tell what he was wearing just by looking at it with his naked eyes. Even the masters in his father's shop didn't have this ability. No, it was unheard of. The kid's heartbeat quickened and his eyes turned red. There was no way. Who made him meet the most amazing cheater in the world? There is only one of them. A shocked young owner of an antique shop. He doesn't understand why someone can use his eyes to identify treasures and at the same time be impressed by the incredible identification methods. Mr. Lin, where did you learn this skill? To be honest, when I was 9 years old, I was playing in a rural area with my father. At that time, I met a local uncle who taught me some skills. Unfortunately, now I can't remember whether this is real or a dream. Lin Feng boasted, but his hand was grabbed by Zhang Song. The kid was very excited and his body was shaking. Mr. Zhang, don't get excited. Awesome, absolutely awesome, Mr. Lin, you must be the son of God. This time I, Zhang Song, have become rich. You will definitely help me reach the top. You must get it back with your own hands if you owe me. Lin Feng was petrified. He was just bragging, but he made this guy sick. Zhang Song's mouth corners were raised to his temples, just like the crooked-mouthed Dragon King, the young master of the antique business who has completely replaced himself as the protagonist of the short play and fantasized about being a killer. Hey, Mr. Zhang, wake up. Oh. Oh. Mr. Lin, sorry, I was lost in thought just now. By the way, can you do me a favor? That this guy's eyes showed desire, and his eager eyes made people feel creepy. An aspiring young man who hopes to get help and teach his father a lesson. That I like it. Such an ambitious young man, I have to help him no matter what. Well, you say. Mr. Lin, no, Brother Lin, can you teach my dad a lesson? How? Go to the store and find some bargains, and make him look bad. No way, isn't it a bad idea to mess with your own business like this? Brother Lin, I want him to know that he is not a loser. Zhang Song clenched his fists, his eyes were firm, and even revealed a fierceness. What if the news spreads, and your store's reputation is damaged, and your business is affected? What should you do? You can't blame me for this, he has the ability to solve it himself. He has just fallen from the realm of licking the saint, and he has become the first trader in Sioux City. If his father knew about this, he would be furious. I am afraid that the coffin lid of the ancestors would not be able to hold it down. Lin Feng is not stupid. It is not worth the loss to stand up for him, hide in the dark to assist him. If you succeed in getting rid of your anger, you will gain a loyal and capable younger brother. When he slowly takes over the family business, you will get a lot of benefits. In an instant, a plan has appeared in his mind. To show his father a little color, he has to do it himself to have a deterrent effect. If I go by myself, it may cause unnecessary hatred, which is not worth the loss, and it is not suitable for me to expose my identity. If you really want to get rid of your anger, I can help you, but you have to go by yourself. But I don't know how to appraise treasures. I will go to your store and tell you that those are fakes. It depends on you how you deal with it next. But I have a request that I must not expose my identity. This is a young man with a contractual spirit. Although he is a bit of magical, his morality is still good, and the meaning of worshipping you in his heart is already deep. Even if you encounter danger, you will not disclose your personal information. Good guy. Yin Yang also accepts a good brother. It's a cliff, and there is saving. Brother Lin, are you serious? Of course, I think you are still pleasing to the eye. Before the Lin Shui's house was killed by you, it was a little compensation. Lin Ji's pattern made me ashamed. That would be what I would like to ask for, and I will start from my dad. Do not get angry, help to get the recognition of your dad and become an antique shop actually controlled. You can get greater benefits. Chapter 56. You are listening at novelfull.audio. With this information, Lin Feng was more certain of his plan. Support this kid and be the master behind the scenes. He added Zhang Song's contact information and stood up to leave. Brother Lin, what are you going to do? Go to your father's store and wait for news. I have only one request. If you want me to help you, you must trust me unconditionally. That's a must. Zhang Song patted his chest and looked serious. Okay, I'll send you a message later. Watching Lin Feng leave, Zhang Song felt strange. He was actually a little excited to do his own business, thinking of overthrowing Songtao Pavilion, and his father's expression and face at that time. He felt refreshed. His own time is coming. On the other side, Lin Feng strolled to Songtao Pavilion, and sure enough, there was no customer in the store. There was only one woman, sitting in front of the gongfu tea table and browsing her phone. Hearing someone coming into the store, she looked up and continued to play with her phone as if nothing had happened. An antique shop waiter, she was arranged by the boss to watch the store on the first floor. Although she has no skills, she can tell the quality of customers with her eyes. Lin Feng was dressed very ordinary and young, just like an ordinary college student. This kind of person has no money to spend. Sir, the things here are quite expensive. Don't touch them. If you are interested in antiques, you can go to the market outside. I'll just take a look. The female clerk glanced at him and continued to swipe her phone. At this time, Lin Feng was fully fired up, and his consciousness instantly enveloped the entire store. The objects displayed on the first floor of this antique shop are just fooling people. The counterfeit rate is over 60%, and the real price is inflated, 70%. That it's really shady. No wonder they say that antique shops don't open for 3 years, but they can make a living for 3 years after opening. I thought it was an exaggerated phrase, but now it seems to be even worse. Republic of China imitation Ming Xuanda furnace, price, 300,000, real value, 50,000. Qing Dynasty purple robe jade belt carved Fu Zai Xian inkstone, price, 1.5 million, real value, 500,000. Ninefold Emperor Song Tongbao fake, price, 880,000, real value, 500. Ming Dynasty blue and white porcelain bowl pretending to be yuan blue and white, price, 220,000, real value, 500,000. Imitation Qing Dynasty jade horse. Price, 200,000, real value, 5,000. 10 minutes later, the female clerk put down her phone and looked unhappy. The main feature of the store here is a high-end style, and generally no one comes to visit. How can this poor student be so blind? If I don't leave for a long time, I may be punished by the boss. A female clerk who was about to go berserk. She was ready to force the poor student out of the antique shop. Lin Feng suddenly smiled and said, "Beauty, sorry to bother you, I'm leaving." The female clerk was about to vent her anger when she suddenly lost it. Watching Lin Feng leave, she cursed, "You're really sick. How can there still be such a fool these days, that you can be poor, but you can't be stupid? Is this a place that a poor student can come to?" 5 minutes later, the female clerk calmed down and was about to continue browsing her phone when the door of the store was pushed open again. She had just gotten angry and someone came to offend her. This time, she was definitely not going to give him a good face. She was about to get angry, but the moment she raised her head, her face changed. Young master. What's wrong with you? It's okay to play with your phone during work, but what's your expression? Is this how you treat customers who come to your store? No, No need to explain, it's my dad's words again. Our store is not open to everyone, right? That's what the boss said. In order to maintain the specifications, the overall cleanliness of the store should be maintained to give people a high-end feeling. Bullshit, a room full of fakes, and fake prices, and still high-end? Who gave him the courage? Zhang Song was very nervous, but also very excited. If the list that Lin Feng gave him was correct, then his father's expression would definitely be very interesting. This is so exciting. Young master, don't say that nonsense. Nonsense? I usually don't want to care. Do you really think I don't know anything? Is this Ming Xuanda furnace really from the Ming dynasty? I think it's from the Republic of China, a 50,000 yuan item, selling for 300,000. A fake 9-fold Emperor Song Tongbao, costing 500 yuan, sold for 880,000 yuan. How brave he is. The inkstone carved with purple robe and jade belt from the Qing dynasty is real, but it's a 500,000 yuan item, but he sold it for 1.5 million yuan. My dad thinks everyone else is a fool. Zhang Song calmly told the information he had. The female clerk was confused. What was going on? Why would the young master expose his family as the short in the store? She didn't know much about the products, and it didn't matter to her whether they were real or fake. However, if she continued, if a customer came into the store and saw them, the consequences would be disastrous. Master, please stop talking, the boss is upstairs. That's great, you always say I'm not doing my job. Today I'll clean up the store. It's over. If this goes on, something bad will happen. The female clerk decisively locked the door and pulled up the shutter. This situation was not something she could handle. Master, please wait a moment, I'll call the boss down. Okay, I'll wait for him. Everyone in the store knew that the father and son didn't get along, but they didn't expect it to get to this point. Sometimes I really don't know what these rich second generations think. My own business, when my father dies, I will definitely inherit it. What's the point of ruining it? Zhang Song saw the female clerk go upstairs, and he felt relieved. He was nervous just now. After all, it was the first time he was so strong. Don't panic, stay calm. Yes, believe what Brother Lin said. He remembered Lin Feng's warning that he must trust him unconditionally, otherwise the plan could not proceed. At this time, footsteps were heard on the stairs on the second floor, and Zhang Feng's scolding was heard. This kid is lawless and came to his own store to mess things up. He is a rebellious son. I must beat him to death today. Cold sweat broke out on Zhang Song's forehead, and he was panicking, but this time he didn't plan to retreat, and he had to hold on even if he had to. Zhang Song, you are so rebellious. You are fighting against counterfeiting with your ability? Are you taking the wrong medicine? Seeing his father's aggressive look, he made up his mind and retorted, I am thinking about the future of our store. Besides, if I can find the trick, how can others not find it? Dad, don't blame me for not reminding you. It's a small matter for me to tell you. If it's a different customer or a competitor, Songtao Pavilion may not be able to keep it. What do you mean? Can you really identify antiques? Forget it, I won't pretend. In fact, I have been secretly studying antiques and practicing identification techniques. I didn't want to tell you, but I couldn't stand it anymore. Dad, don't blame me. Today I am here to teach you a good lesson. Chapter 57. You are listening at novelfull.audio. P.S. The order of chapters 56 and 57 is reversed, and has been revised. You want to teach me a lesson? Seriously? Of course, do you think I'm here to make trouble? Don't I know you, kid? Are you thinking about Xiaoxue again? You're useless. Zhang Feng had a look of disappointment. He knew his son too well, but Lin Shui was the daughter of his best friend, and he had no other choice but to restrict Zhang Song from looking for her. Miss her? Sorry, I won't think about her anymore. Lin Shui will regret it later. Regret what? I regret not choosing me. Now she ignores me. I will definitely not be able to reach her in the future. Son, are you possessed? Or are you sick? Zhang Song opened the hand that was touching his forehead and said dissatisfiedly, Dad, do you look down on me so much? I don't look down on you, but I don't know what level you are at. Stop making trouble. If you really want to learn well, come to the store tomorrow and I will find a master to teach you. Dad, are you scared? Zhang Song laughed, and his proud expression made Zhang Feng confused. He didn't understand. What was there to be proud of? Could it be that he really changed overnight? This is impossible in the antique business. Xiao Song, stop messing around, okay? I'm going to tell everyone that your store has inflated prices and sells fakes. What? How did you know? Zhang Feng suddenly felt something was wrong. Fakes were fine, but which antique shop didn't have some fakes? How did he know that the prices were inflated? Shaoli, what antiques did he say just now? Ninefold Emperor Song Tong Bao, Qing Dynasty Purple Robe Jade Belt Carving, Ming Dynasty Xuanda Furnace. Hearing this, Zhang Feng asked, Xiao Song, what did you see? Dad, you sold a 500 yuan ninefold Emperor Song Tong Bao for 880,000 yuan. It's a shame. The Ming Dynasty Xuanda Furnace is a replica of the Republic of China, but you insisted it was from the Ming Dynasty. There is also a Qing Dynasty Purple Robe Jade Carving Inkstone. The price is too high. Of course, there are still many problems in our store. Dad, do you need me to give you more? In case you forget it because of your poor memory. Zhang Feng was stunned, but just a moment ago, he was nervous and his eyes trembled. Shaoli, you can get off work. I'll give you a day off today. Oh. Okay, boss, I'll leave then. Soon, only the father and son were left in the store, looking at each other. Zhang Feng asked tentatively, Son, when did you learn to appraise treasures? I learned it when I had nothing to do. There is no need to promote it. Then why did you show your ability to appraise treasures only now? Dad, I didn't want to show it either. I'm not interested in this thing, but you look down on me. After thinking about it, I still want to prove my strength and rectify the industry by the way. No, rectify the industry? How to rectify it? Of course, expose some shady things in our store. Xiao Song, you are crazy. Not to mention that you are breaking the unspoken rules of the industry and becoming a public enemy. You can't mess up your own industry, right? That won't work. I must kill my relatives for the sake of justice to set the record straight, otherwise I won't be able to stand firm. Zhang Feng was confused. He had a filial son of the highest level. The daily expenses of the entire family, including food, drink, and defecation, were all supported by Songtao Pavilion. Is this kid crazy? But he changed his mind and still didn't believe that he was really proficient in antique appraisal. He must be dissatisfied with the discipline, so he deliberately angered himself. After thinking this through, he calmed down again. Son, I know you best. Are you unhappy because I scolded you before? I'm doing this for your own good. If you really feel uncomfortable, then work hard. I'll let the best master teach you antique knowledge, but you can't fool around. Dad, why are you so stubborn and stubborn? What do you mean? Xiaosong, stop it. I warn you, if you mess up the store, our whole family will have to starve. Zhang Song now regards Lin Feng as a god. As he expected, his father doesn't believe that he is proficient in treasure appraisal at all, and thinks he is fooling around. It's time to surprise him and make him speechless. This kid is also a talent. He smiled faintly and said, Dad, I won't give up until I see the Yellow River. Okay, I'll let you see my true strength. He walked straight to the shelf, picked up a porcelain bowl, and said, the blue and white porcelain from the Ming dynasty is counterfeited to the blue and white porcelain from the Yuan dynasty. The price difference is hundreds of thousands. The jade horse made of modern jade is obviously a handicraft. You sell it as a jade product from the Qing dynasty. It's too black. By Huang Gongjin Tianzi Wanyan pen, the imperial pen during the reign of Emperor Kangxi of the Qing dynasty, if it is really priceless, Dad, you should find a more reliable factory to make the counterfeit. You see, it's full of flaws. You sell a 100 yuan item for 200,000 yuan. And this painting, Qin Qianlong Nifu Zhai 2, you marked it here for 20 million yuan, aren't you telling others that it's fake? Emperor Yongzheng's handwritten painting, you just put it up for sale casually. Is it possible? Zhang Song was appraising it while observing his father's expression, and his mood became more and more excited. That face was as dark as if he had eaten dichlorvos, his limbs were trembling slightly, his eyes were full of fear, anxiety, confusion, and all kinds of emotions were intertwined. It was exactly the same as Mr. Lin's estimate, he had completely let go, and all his concerns disappeared. Fortunately, I finally saw a genuine thing, but the price seems to be cheap. Zhang Feng was startled and asked quickly, Xiaosong, what do you mean? Dad, the master in your store is not good either. The Qin Qianlong Dotsai 8 treasure plate starts at least 2 million yuan, and you marked it for 200,000 yuan. Charity. Ah. This. Dad, you wouldn't sell it as a fake, would you? Zhang Song was shocked, because he really thought the plate was a fake. Look, you should be kind when doing business. You will pay for what you have done sooner or later. After Zhang Song finished speaking, he was ready to continue appraising the treasure, but was stopped by Zhang Feng. Xiaosong, tell me honestly, have you been to any remote places recently? Or encountered any weird things? No. Why do you ask? I suspect you are possessed by a ghost. So, I will take you to the temple to find a master to take a look. Oh my God, Dad, I think you are abnormal, right? I am normal, but why do you suddenly know how to appraise treasures? This is very wrong. Dad, compared to this, I think you should find a way to adjust some fakes and products with false prices as soon as possible. If it doesn't work, I can give you some guidance, free of charge. Zhang Song was stunned, and after a long time he sat down on the chair beside him. The nervous and doubtful eyes suddenly burst into a gleam of light. Son, you are really my good son, our Songtao pavilion has a successor. However, Zhang Song's face became serious, and he said seriously, Dad, I am not kidding you, the ice is not formed in a day, if someone really takes it seriously, we will be skinned alive if we don't die. Chapter 58. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Lin Feng asked him to say the last sentence. He didn't know what it meant, and he didn't dare to ask. After he finished speaking, Zhang Feng's face changed obviously, and he asked with a look of doubt, Xiaosong, do you have any news? Dad, just do it anyway, don't ask anything else, I won't hurt you. Although his son became very strange, it was also strange that he suddenly became a treasure appraiser, but all signs showed that it would be better for him to listen to him for the time being. Then I will adjust the goods on the first floor now. After he said that, he took out his phone and prepared to find the treasure appraiser in the store. No need, this is a list I compiled, you just change it according to it. You even made the list. Dad, do you think I don't want my family's business to grow bigger and stronger? Times have changed, and you can't be too dark, go and adjust it quickly. Zhang Feng couldn't care so much. His son said it in a serious manner, and it was better to believe it than not. With the help of the list, the shelf replacement was completed in less than an hour. This time, all the goods were replaced with genuine ones, even antiques worth 1,000 yuan were put on the shelves, and some products with inflated prices were adjusted to normal prices. After this wave, Zhang Song was completely shocked. He himself was a top student in archaeology and had been a professor, so he could appraise treasures himself. Most of the prices and goods in the store were decided by him. The first floor was just for fooling people, and there were few individual customers. If you can find the problem, you are an expert and you will naturally have the opportunity to go to the second floor for detailed discussion. If you can't find it, you deserve to be cheated. In the antique business, it is a rule to settle the money and goods after the purchase. But now the times are really different. Some people find that they have been cheated and feel uncomfortable, so they will find new ways. One report, the market management, the industrial and commercial administration, and the police will come to invite you for tea. It is really unbelievable that the son who has always been considered a waste actually gave a 100% correct list. Knock, knock, open the door. We are the joint law enforcement team of the market administration and industry and commerce. Is there anyone there? Open the door quickly, there is something we need to understand. Damn, are they really here? Dad, open the door quickly, someone who doesn't know would flee for your crime. Zhang Feng came to his senses and did not have time to think about it, so he quickly opened the shutter door. Sure enough, there was a group of people in uniform standing outside the door, including a middle-aged man, staring at Zhang Feng viciously. It's him, the owner of this store, who sells fakes. This store is full of fakes. Sir, don't talk nonsense, I'm going to sue you for defamation. You are the owner Zhang Feng, right? Why is the store closed in broad daylight? Comrades, let me take inventory. Well, then open the door. He bought a Song Dynasty calligraphy and painting from you, but it turned out to be a fake, so he reported your store. Yes, this was bought in my store, the price is 50,000. Sometimes even we ourselves will make mistakes, but there are not many fakes in the store. I can refund the money, but if you say that my store is full of fakes, then I have to sue him. Your store is a black shop. Okay, I will cooperate with the investigation, you guys check it. The administration and industry and commerce were a little surprised. They didn't expect Zhang Feng to cooperate so well. Soon the appraisal experts contacted by the law enforcement team arrived. Zhang Feng was scared for a while. He knew these experts. They were quite famous in Suzhou and were members of the Antique Association. He actually invited them here. If it wasn't for his son's reminder, wouldn't he be finished today? It turned out to be Professor Zhang's shop. Professor Zhang, we met a few times in the past, but we will do business impartially. If you sell fakes, we will not cover up for you. Zhang Song said with a fake smile, if you are upright, you are not afraid of your shadow. Just check it. If there is really a problem, I plead guilty and accept the punishment. These people were once colleagues. He met them when he was studying for a doctorate at Suzhou University. They were older than him. Later, he resigned and started his own business because he was disgusted with the rules and regulations in the system. In the eyes of these self-righteous people, he was a person who was willing to degenerate. Time passed by minute. Zhang Feng was not nervous because the things had been exchanged, but Zhang Song was very nervous. He didn't know how to appraise treasures, and he didn't know if there would be any flaws in the things his father exchanged. Half an hour later, the two old men came out. The law enforcement officer asked, "How are you two?" "We checked, they are all real things, and the price tags are the same." "Impossible, you must have seen it wrong." The man who bought the fake calligraphy and painting didn't believe it at all and roared wildly. "Sir, although we are also surprised, it is true. We will take our leave first. You can negotiate and resolve the dispute among yourselves." Just after making a harsh statement, the two old men ran away in shame. This old scholar cares most about face. "Humph, you are so hypocritical and sanctimonious." Zhang Feng sneered coldly. "Mr. Zhang, although there is nothing wrong with the things in your store, you did sell fakes. What do you think we should do?" Zhang Feng pointed to the sign at the door and smiled, 3 times the compensation for fakes, I admit it, do I need to be fined? Then, you have to ask this gentleman. At this time, the man who bought the fake calligraphy and painting asked in disbelief, 3 times the compensation, 150,000? That's right, you have to admit that you have done something wrong. This is the foundation. I just don't know if you can forgive our mistakes. No. No problem, I forgive you, I won't pursue it. Okay, I will transfer the money right away, please give me an account number. 20 minutes later, the young man who bought the fakes left happily, and the law enforcement team left after a few warnings. Only the father and son were left in the store, looking at each other, and the silence was terrifying. In the past, I was not happy with my son, now I like him more and more, he is indeed my son, who has inherited good genes and has finally awakened. Dad, what are you looking at? I am not a beauty. Nonsense, what are you talking about? You are really my good son. Zhang Feng hugged Zhang Song with tears in his eyes. At this moment, it didn't matter how he learned to identify antiques, or how he found out that someone reported him for selling fakes, it's all about being awesome. This is my son. Dad, I plan to stay in the store to help from tomorrow, is that okay? No problem, absolutely no problem. But I have a request, you have to give me some authority. That's fine, in the future, except for me, you have the final say in the store. Zhang Feng agreed without hesitation, just kidding, this amazing treasure identification ability has already killed all the masters in the store, including himself. What reason does he have to refuse? Isn't this just making things difficult for himself? Besides, his son is so awesome, so he can retire with peace of mind. Songtao Pavilion will surely develop better and become more and more outstanding if it is handed over to him. Zhang Song was so excited that he almost cried. He finally got his father in his hands, and his life against all odds was about to begin. Chapter 59. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Dad, don't tell anyone about my affairs. Keep a low profile. If someone knows about it, it will be very troublesome to target us. You know, my peers in the market think I am a waste. Zhang Feng's eyes lit up. His son has really grown up, matured, and knows how to do things. It seems that my son has grown up a long time ago, but I just didn't realize it. He is worthy of being my son, Zhang Feng. Xiao Song, Dad misunderstood you before. Song Tao Pavilion will rely on you in the future. Dad, don't worry. As long as I am here, Song Tao Pavilion will only get better and better in the future. It will become a leader in high-end antique shops and it will not be a problem to settle in Yanjing Panjiayuan. These words were all taught to him by Lin Feng. Sure enough, his father was coaxed to smile and his face was as beautiful as a chrysanthemum. Xiao Song, I have something to do on the 2nd floor. Xiaoli won't let her come back to look after the store. I'll leave the 1st floor to you today. Okay, leave it to me. Dad, you go do your thing. Seeing Zhang Feng go to the 2nd floor, he finally couldn't hold it back and laughed while holding his belly. Usually he was high and mighty, and would criticize him from time to time if he was dissatisfied with him. Today, his attitude changed 180 degrees, how much he disliked himself in the past, how much his face hurt today. Brother Lin is really a godlike existence. I must hold on to his thighs. It's not a dream to take off on the spot. Suddenly, his eyes condensed and confirmed again that his father had gone to the 2nd floor. There are no cameras on the 1st floor of the shops here, what they sell are fakes and antiques that are not the same as the goods. Installing surveillance, is it to leave evidence of selling fakes for others? After confirming that Zhang Feng really went to the office on the 2nd floor, he tiptoed to one of the rows of was, the shelf has 4 legs. When his eyes came into contact with the leg near the outside, he suddenly showed joy and slowly squatted down. As Brother Lin said, there was a yellowed leather product under the foot, it was very worn out, and the color was also shit yellow, very dirty. Why does Brother Lin need a footrest? Zhang Song showed doubts. At that time, Lin Feng asked him to find a chance to take this thing out and bring it to him. I thought it was something good, but it turned out to be a worn-out leather product. Forget it, just listen to Brother Lin's words, he won't cheat me. Zhang Song gently pulled out the yellow cloth for the footrest. He opened it and took a look, and found some paintings and tadpole characters that he couldn't understand on it. He didn't think about it anymore, put him in his arms, and sat on the chair as if nothing had happened. No, Brother Lin has helped me so much, I can't let him work for nothing. I thought this yellow cloth was a good thing, but it looks so tattered, it must be worthless. He looked at the paintings and calligraphy on the wall of the corridor on the second floor, his eyes shining. This painting is called 10 Poems. He once heard Zhang Feng introduce it to a customer, saying that the original is collected in the Yanjing Museum and is worth more than 1800 W. This painting was copied by the apprentice of the Northern Song Dynasty painter Zhang Xian, and is worth more than 400 W. Brother Lin is so good to me, is there anything wrong with giving him a painting? Dad, I took this painting. A friend is interested. Ah. Which one? 10 Poems, the one painted by Zhang Xian's apprentice. Xiao Song, you even know this? Dad, you underestimated me, didn't you? A friend is interested. I think I can sell it for 4 million yuan. I'll transfer the money to the company account when the time comes. Xiao Song, 4 million yuan, can it be sold? I said if it can be sold, there will be no problem. Son, Dad really misunderstood you before. Zhang Song smiled faintly and said, Dad, it's not too late to know now. So I'll leave first. Go. That I can be considered to have accumulated virtues from my ancestors. There is such a surprise in my later years. This senior antique circle boss showed a look of relief. Downstairs of a business hotel 5 kilometers away, Zhang Song received a call from Lin Feng. After confirming that no one was following him, he entered the hotel. Brother Lin, this is the leather you asked me to bring for footrest. A sheepskin Buddhist scripture that was mistaken for worthless and used as a footrest by the antique shop as waste. Its real value is up to 10 million. This is what he saw when he went to Songtao Pavilion to help Zhang Song make a list, but he didn't take it at that time. In order to avoid causing trouble and attention, he had to let Zhang Song do it for him. Xiao Zhang, I have my own use for this yellow leather. It is indeed not a thing worth money. It's okay. Brother Lin needs it, so there must be a reason. Anyway, I'm not interested. You should just take a look at this painting. This kid has a flattering face, as if he came from the East Factory, a replica of 10 Poems, painted by the original author's apprentice, from the Song Dynasty, well preserved, real value, 300-400 W. Is this painting 10 Poems? But it's not authentic, but it's worth 3 or 4 million, right? Awesome, worthy of my brother Lin. Yes, it was painted by the author's apprentice, a real Song Dynasty antique. What is this kid doing with a painting? Does he want me to buy it? Lin Feng glanced at him calmly. Your admirer took this painting out from home and lied that he was selling it, but the real purpose was to give it to his idol as a gift. He planned to buy this painting with his pocket money. He bought something from his home and gave it to me as a gift. This kid is very righteous. Brother Lin, don't think too much, this is a little gift from me to you, don't refuse it. Hey, you look so polite. Remember, if you have anything in the future, contact me, I will help you as soon as possible. He took over the conversation calmly and said lightly. Zhang Song was overjoyed and said tactfully, Brother Lin, I'll go first and won't disturb you. Okay, be careful on the road. After seeing Zhang Song off, Lin Feng felt very happy. I thought it was a trouble, but I found a treasure. He is such an obedient younger brother. He moved his eyes to the yellow leather product and was about to study it. Suddenly, his cell phone rang. He looked at it and was at a loss. The caller ID was Teacher Zhao. Lin Feng was confused and his eyes were blank. Why did another teacher call him? And there was a signature and record in the address book. Obviously he knew him. Fuck, damn, how could I forget this? Lin Feng suddenly remembered that the previous owner was still a student and was still in college. He went there a few times when he first came here, but after the golden finger awakened and mastered it, he never went there again. What class does a big cheater need? But as time went by, his thoughts changed a little. It seemed that he would graduate in a month, and this diploma was at least a presentable achievement. He pressed the answer button and put it to his ear, and a roar came from the other end of the phone. Lin Feng, where are you? Do you still want to come to class? You are about to graduate, are you not going to take the exam? Or are you going to drop out? If you don't want to study anymore, come and complete the withdrawal procedures as soon as possible. Chapter 60. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The head teacher is very angry about your absence. University teachers rarely care about students, but your parents have saved your head teacher's life, so he cares about you. Lin Feng suddenly realized that he was quite depressed. Why did the university teacher start to care about him? It turned out that his parents had done him a favor. Teacher Zhao, I'm sorry, I'm very busy recently and have an internship outside, so I forgot about it. Nonsense, how could you forget about it? There is still a month before the exam, remember? Okay, thank you Teacher Zhao. It's the senior year, most people are interning outside, but there are classes occasionally, and graduation is approaching, and those who fail the course have to take makeup exams, so there are still many things to do. Lin Feng has nothing to do recently, and he plans to go to school and wait until graduation. The yellow skin has been thrown into the virtual warehouse. Anyway, there is no rush, and it is not too late to study it later. The next day, at the gate of Suzhou University, Lin Feng looked at the gate and felt a little sad. In just 3 months, everything changed. He was no longer a loser, he had money, and even had a younger brother. He couldn't say he was doing well, it was just like taking off from the ground. In a university, if you disappear for a while, the people who know you will be gone immediately. He was once a well-known bootlicker, but he sent the school beauty to jail with his own hands, which made him famous, but in just 1 month, no one paid attention to him anymore. But the Wang Shui incident a week ago became a topic of conversation among students. I heard that Zhang Hao promised Wang Shui that if he met Lin Feng, he would definitely teach him a lesson. He seems to be a Sonda player, right? Ranked 5th in the province, he may not be very smart, but he can definitely beat the shit out of Lin Feng. He was speechless, and the licking was no worse than that of the previous owner. Lin Feng, stop right there. An invisible murderous aura has enveloped you, and you are about to be taught a lesson by a Sonda master who sacrifices for love. If it were the past, he would definitely run away first, but times have changed. With his current strength, let alone the Sonda team, Tyson can crush the opponent with just one finger. Brother, are you calling me? Who are you? Do we know each other? Everyone on campus stopped and looked at him. Lin Feng's recognition is still very high, and the students around him all recognized him. Isn't this Lin Feng? That's Zhang Hao, Wang Shui's cheap boyfriend. Now it's time to watch something interesting. This kind of incident is not lacking on university campuses. Jealous and competitive, but it is also strange that he still wants to vent his anger for his ex-girlfriend after being cuckolded. Pretending, I'm Wang Shui's boyfriend, did you tell her? He's now infertile for life. Oh, the police came to me about this matter. At that time, the old woman was just asking for advice. How do I know that she is the old man's original wife? I have no responsibility for this matter. Bullshit, you are just taking revenge on purpose. I won't let you go. Oh, Zhang Hao, right? What is your relationship with Wang Shui now? Although we broke up, I still love him. Fuck. Do your parents know about this? What do you mean? Look, he is infertile, and you still love him. You want to marry her. Do your parents agree? This will end your family line. And you are already cheated on, and you still want to stand up for her. Puff, Lin Feng's words were simply murderous. Zhang Hao's face turned green, and there was a sneer around him, and everyone lowered their heads and whispered. He felt the gazes from all angles, full of deep malice. Feeling great shame, the cuckold king was about to get angry and go berserk. You're angry now. You're an unfilial son. Your parents were wasting food by giving birth to you. I was impulsive just now, Lin Feng, I'm sorry, don't mind it. The cuckold king, who was afraid of being caught for beating people in public, he was ready to stabilize the other party and find a place where there were no people to attack. If your body is not strengthened, your legs will be broken and you will have sequelae for life. Damn, is it that serious? You are fighting so hard for a scumbag, there must be something hateful about pitiful people. He is still a little naive to play with himself. If apologies are useful, why do we need the police? I want to call the police. Lin Feng took out his mobile phone without saying a word, and Zhang Hao was so scared that his face turned pale. Lin Feng, listen to my explanation. She is indeed not good, but I can't forget her. Let's find a place where there are no people to talk about it. I promise that I won't attack you. Is it true? Of course it's true. I keep my word. So many classmates are here. Can I still lie to you? Okay, let's talk about it. Zhang Hao was overjoyed when he heard this, but he didn't show it. He didn't want anyone to find out about his little thoughts. When we get to a place where there's no one, he'll have to break his legs, and then he'll be helpless. It just so happened that he knew there was a place nearby where there were no cameras. Lin Feng, there are too many people here, so let's go. Lead the way.